So welcome everybody to Mastermind class. I believe this is number 5, and today we are going to actually hit on quite a few cool things that I think are appropriate as we go into the summer months. As sometimes the summer months, depending on what business you're in, people are happier, cheerful. If everybody put themselves on mute, if you're listening today, that would be awesome. Or put your mute button, which is on the left-hand side. That'd be great. But what typically happens when the summer times come is people are in a very good space, a very good mood, and therefore buying tends to happen more. The other thing that happens often is people do traveling in the summer months, and we need to be more efficient because we have less opportunities. So we're going to talk today about referrals, how to eliminate stress, and then we're also going to talk about the theme of today is to actually live and breathe and do what your clients want. And knowing what your prospects and clients really want, if you know what the prospects and clients really want, then you can actually serve them well. So what we're going to do is you're going to start off with a blank sheet of paper. And with the blank sheet of paper, what you're going to do right now is write down what prospects and clients really want, and there's a list of them. First of all, they want to know they're not alone. They want to know that a lot of other people have done business with you, and that they are somebody that absolutely can, trust you. Next, they want to see testimonial letters and hear stories from other people that have done business with you. They want to know that you'll go the extra mile for them. They want to know that they want to see that you're excited and enthusiastic, and people that are excited and enthusiastic attract people to them for sure. They really want to not be talked down to. They want to say, oh, you probably know just as much as I do, and act as if they're brilliant and smart and they're knowledgeable too. They want to how do you say it? They want to feel as if how do you say this? They want to feel as if they can trust you. They want to feel no confusion with you. They want to know that you're interested in them. Not that that you're how do you say it? They don't want to feel as if it's all about you. They want to feel more as if you're interested in them. The quote that I use all the time is be interested, not interesting. They want you to share with them the benefits of doing business with you, and they want you to be a good listener. So if you caught those, knowing that if you can live into what your prospect wants from listening, showing the benefits, being someone that's interested in them, not confusing them, building trust, they're going to want to do more business with you. So what I want to do with you now, okay, is I want to share my screen, and I'm doing that now, and I'm going to show you what we do when we teach referrals. And referrals is such an interesting business. Referrals is something that's such a powerful, how do you say it? A difference in referral and a lead is a big deal. And when someone says, I know someone you should talk to, that's different than, I want you to talk to my friend Joe. I'm going to give Joe a call for you. And I'm going to tell them how great it is they should do business with you. And people that work by referral and get better at referrals really build their business. And here's the crazy thing, guys. I work with so many companies, and it's something that I get more than anybody else saying things. They say, you know, I forget to ask all the time, or I know I'm supposed to ask for referrals, but how do you do it the right way? I don't want to be pressuresome, and I don't want to, I don't know, and I just forget sometimes. And I would love it if all of you felt like you were masters at asking for and getting referrals. So so what happens when you do this, okay, when you get referrals, and it's an absolutely most powerful thing. Matter of fact, it's, how do you describe it? If you can get a referral from somebody, your work is cut in half. Your work is cut in half. Now I'm going to pull up, guys, I actually pulled up by accident. I pulled up the handout, and what I want to do is I want to pull up the out the actual PowerPoint so you guys have the blanks filled in. So give me 1 second. And what I want you to do right now while I'm pulling this up here is I want you to make a list of people that you would want to be referred to. Make a list of people that you want to be referred to, and try to come up with at least 5 people and think, who would the person be that would refer me to that person the best? Okay, who would the person be that would refer me to that person the best? And so now we're going to dig in to actually how to do it and how to become a master at getting referrals. So the best way to get clients is to ask. And if you're following along in your handout that all of you have right now, you're going to see that reducing the sales expenses and sales cycle is one reason why you want referrals, and increasing your sales revenue. And I don't know if you've ever heard of a person named Tom Hopkins, has been one of my mentors for years, but he says the closing ratio for non-qualified leads is 10% typically, if you're doing a cold call, and the closing ratio for referred leads is 60%. So if you could say, I'm really going to get that referral mentality, it's going to absolutely change how you think about your business, and it's going to make it such a more enjoyable thing. And if you ask for a referral and they don't give it to you, don't take it personally. So with referrals, you want to set a target, how many you want. That's why I said make a list of 5 people that you want. Set a clear goal with a timeline. Like I'm often trying to ask, I want to ask every day for 2 referrals. Now, do I get 2 referrals every day? But my timeline is a day, and my ask is 2 a day. And my goal is to get at least 1. That's what my goal is. Next is, you can kind of see with this example, 10% increase in referral business over the next 10 weeks. So that would be like over a 10-week period. I like to go at 1 day at a time. So how many times you ask for a referral versus how many times you receive a referral. So you saw what I said a second ago. I like to ask twice a day because I can control that activity. I like to get 1 a day. Now, how do I remember to ask? It's in my calendar. Okay, I make a little note. Ask for 2, receive 1. Ask for 2, receive 1. Sometimes I'll ask 4 times and get 9 referrals. You know, I showed the example how I had a lady gave me 19 referrals by going into her cell phone. So we'll talk a little bit about the cell phone technique on the call today. But here's the thing. For someone to give you a referral, they need to know you, they need to like you, and they need to trust you. This is all stuff you can fill out in your packet there. They need to know you, they need to like you, and they can trust you. So whether you're getting a referral to do business with somebody, I know some people on the call today are from Sub-Zero Ice Cream, and you're getting a referral of some people that potentially could have you come out to their event. Whether you're in insurance, whether you're from Grease Monkey and you're getting better at upselling and getting more services done, whether you're with the city or whatever business that you're in, if you can answer these 3 questions, that do they know me, do they like me, and do they trust me, they're going to be more likely to give you a referral. So the first thing I want to talk about is what's called power partners and referral network. So we're going to talk about 2 different types of referrals today. One is to build a network of people that support you and will actually sell your services because they believe in you and trust you. It's like building a little army of salespeople around you that support you, trust you, and going to say how good you are. I can tell you the last 4 clients I've gotten have been because people have said, oh, Gary's pretty good. Like, you'd want to work with him. Or this Southwestern Consulting, that company, those guys really get the job done. And when I actually talk to these people, they were someone I probably wouldn't have called on. I didn't even know about them, but someone else was out looking for my best interest. So you want to start out by thinking of a list of people who would be strong referral sources and begin making their acquaintances. Now, a referral source, for example, would be somebody in a similar industry calling on somebody similar than you. So for me, I actually, and I practice what I preach. I'm a sales trainer. I'm a sales coach, consultant. I want to work with VPs of sales, directors of sales, sales people that want to better their business. So if I run into an HR person, they probably know who's sales in their company. An HR person might be really good because they're connected to a lot of people and they could help me, and HR wants to better their people. So, and HR talks to other HR people. Another one for me is a project manager, potentially. Project managers work on projects and they need people that could be more efficient. So training, coaching, consulting could help on projects. So I'm trying to think, who are people that are kind of in, the people that know and are acquainted with the similar thing that I do, that I could become power partners with, and then that I also can reciprocate. That's a key thing to write down, reciprocate, and I can help them out also. So you create a most wanted list of 10 occupational categories whose members are frequently in touch with the type of client you desire. So it could be 3 different types of people, 5 different types of people that you can be power partners with. And then you make an acquaintance of 10 people in each occupation. Now, I want to say that that's being very aggressive. What I've been telling my coaching clients right now to do is to pick maybe 3 markets that call on similar industries that you do or have similar connections that you do, and try to get 2 to 3 power partners in each of those different areas. My goal is to get 1 new power partner a month that I can refer business to and they can refer business to me. And I had a call this morning with a gal that is in charge of a fundraising type of company. And we've seen each other speak. Our business philosophy is very much the same. And I think I can help her because I work with a lot of associations and a lot of companies that want a charity and want to do some fundraising. And I know she can help me because she's working with all these companies, and all these companies have sales teams, and she knows what we do, and they need to grow sales and sales leadership. So we have a really good power partnership where we can refer each other business. As a matter of fact, we have already. And so my goal is to get one true power partner a month that I can have kind of like my army of people that were referring business and I can be looking for business. It's kind of like when you get in a networking group from a chamber, there might be 15 different people in that networking group, and they'll allow like 1 person of each different type of business to be in it. And that's because you're all supposed to be referring people to, if 1 person in there owns, let's say, a cleaners or something. And then, so everybody in the group should be referring cleaner business to that person. So you want to find these referral partners that absolutely would be looking out for your best interest all the time, and they're looking for your best interest. So you seek out and network with these people. And then what you do, okay, is you actually give them a call. If you have somebody you target that you want to meet with, that you want to be your power partner, you reach out and say, I'd like you to treat you to like a meal. I'd like to take you to lunch. I'd like you to buy you a drink. And you invite them out. That's kind of like your sell. You invite them out and say, I'm really working on growing my business right now. I think we might be able to refer each other clients. Can we get together and talk about that? I'd like to buy you a drink. I don't even know if there's a fit, but let's go ahead and get together. So you can find people all over the place, by the way, okay? A local chamber directory, on the internet, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, Twitter. There's so many different ways, industry association directories, phone directories, where you can find these people that you want to power partner with and say, I want to power partner with this person. A guy that I know right now is a general contractor, and he's power partnered with a painter. He's power partnered with a gardener, a master landscaper, a roofer. He's power partnered with 5 or 6 other people that don't necessarily compete with him, but they could support each other. And so who are you going to power partner with? So now you meet them. Now you meet them for a meal. And you have a conversation with them, and you lead this. Remember, you've had this training, they haven't. And so you ask feel-good questions when you first start talking to them. So tell me how you started getting into the business. Tell me how you got into your business. what do you enjoy most about what you do? And ask questions, because remember what I said, when you have these meals and these drinks, these coffees, it's be interested, not interesting. So you're asking questions, you're truly interested in them. And then you ask the key question, and I'm going to stay on the slide for just a quick second. How can I know if someone I'm speaking with would be a good prospect for you? So you notice that you're taking the first step. You're the first one that invited them. You're the first one that's asking questions about, tell me about your business, how do you get started, tell me about your family. Like, ask questions. Like, the person that's talking, by the way, is buying. And if you're asking questions and they're talking, that you're building a good relationship with them, and they like you. So how can I know if someone I speak with is a good fit? Now, nothing builds trust and credibility with the prospect more than actually referring business to them. So your conversation has ended, and you never mentioned your products or services, not even once. And you got in your process business card. Now you're in the position to follow up correctly. Now, here's the thing, though. Whenever you meet people with these feel-good questions, if they never ask you, well, tell me about your business. Tell me about what you do. Tell me about how how I can support you. If they never ask you, then honestly, they're not really good power partners with you. So I would say the first part of referrals, as I said before, is getting power partners that can actually be ongoing referral givers, and you're an ongoing referral giveree. You're giving to them, and you're truly power partners. Now, the other part is you asking for referrals yourself from everybody you meet. So during the sales process, and even beforehand, you can let people know that it's a really big part of what you do. Your sales tools can enforce it. On the back of a business card could say, if you really want to show your thanks, please refer me to a friend. I often will mention it on websites. If you need more information, please go to. You can do it leave it on messages. Anywhere where people know what you do and it's on your tools, and telling third-person stories is huge. So for example, when someone else says it's good, it's better than when you say it's good. So if you give an example of somebody else and what they enjoy with it, people kind of like that. If someone says no to your product or service, but you can tell that person still likes you may be able to get a referral from them. Also, you can ask for referrals when the customer signs on the dotted line. This is right after the sale. So we find that the person is the most excited about your product or service right after they just signed up, or else they wouldn't have signed up. So right after they sign up, you can say something like, I'm really looking forward and excited to be working with you. And a lot of people tell me that not only I think this is going to be good for me, because obviously you just signed up for it, but I have some friends that I think this might really be helpful for. Now, you're telling a third-person story of another person that said that, and say, so the last guy I was with, he actually signed on to work with us or actually purchased this, but he actually said, I got a couple other people that might be interested. By you saying the last guy or someone else, now make this true, or you can actually use my story till you have your story. You can say, I was listening to this guy the other day, and he talked about this person that right after the sale was made, he said, I know a few other people that need this, because usually if you're at the level of people wanting to actually buy it, they like you enough that they'd feel comfortable sharing it with somebody else. Like I said, their confidence is the highest at that point. So I really believe that after the sale, you want to have follow-up. Too often people make a sale and then they don't follow up with people and they never hear from you again. Even if you made a sale, it's like, oh, they just want my money. You had commission breath. And I am absolutely, when I make a sale, I'm like wanting to follow up. I'm wanting to, you guys know that are in my mastermind class here, we're sending you the 60-day videos. We're sending you reminders of the next training. We're doing the review conference call. Like, I always want to keep following up with people and make myself available to talk. And what most people do after they make the first sale, you never hear from them. And we absolutely want to be the best in the world at follow-up. And if you are, it's another reason why someone might want to give you a referral. So if you're doing ongoing connections with people. You're keeping up with them on Facebook. You're doing likes. You're sending out periodical things through a drip system, content. You're making a note to reach out to them on their birthday or anniversary of how long they've worked with you. But if you're constantly following up people, it's not just asking for a referral. It's like you're building a relationship, and people want to help people that you built a relationship with. So this could be monthly, quarterly, every 6 months, every year, depending on your industry. But a repetitive follow-up system is absolutely huge. So here's some examples of what people do. So the average person would say, do you know anyone else that might want to buy what you just bought? Or anybody else might be interested. When someone is asked a direct question, their mind goes blank and then they cannot think of a single person. So what you want to do is aim to be more specific and say things like, you know what, who do you golf with? Who do you hang out with? You know anybody else might be interested? Like a lot of people said that their best friend also would be a good fit for this. Or gosh, actually my wife might like this also. And give them examples of other people, like who's your closest friend, who you golf with, who do you and your wife eat dinner with once a month. And when you can isolate it down, oh yeah, he might be interested. Don't just say, who do you know? Often we have a referral program in our company that's really kind of cool, that if you say, I want to get set up on that, I'm going to be referring you people all the time. And what we do is a 5% of the revenue ongoing as long as they stay clients with us. So gosh, I got one lady that every week she's sending me people I should talk to, and I'm writing her quite a few checks. And sometimes they're bigger checks and sometimes they're small checks, but she likes it because she loves what I do. She's been in my coaching program. She feels like she can reach me anytime. Her sales are growing. And so she says, I'll work for him for 5%. I'd probably work for him for free because it's helping me. It'll help my friends. But she gets these nice little small checks because she's constantly referring me people, which is really cool. And by thanking people constantly. And if you get business from somebody because they referred you, make sure you let the person that referred you know what happened with it. So this is what we call the cell phone method. And I'm going to hold up my cell phone here because you probably can see it. Maybe you can't. But in everybody's cell phone is all their contacts. Everybody has contacts in their cell phone. And so the way it works is with the cell phone technique is what you want to do is you want to get into people's cell phones. And so what I would do if I'm sitting down with somebody and I'm doing a presentation, I will actually put myself in. I'm going to go ahead and put my phone on mute, and then it's on the table. You want to do that with yours too. So it gets their cell phone out of their pocket. And at the end, you say, I want to go ahead and give you my personal cell phone number. And I just want to make sure that I'm available anytime if you want to reach me. And that's your cell phone if you want to go ahead and put it in there. And at some point I imagine that you're going to have a question about your product, and I'd like for you to have my personal cell phone number. That's the big deal. So you can get in touch with me right away. And so great. You may or may not know this, but I really only prefer to do business with friends and friends of friends. So I'm curious, who do you know just based on who you are? Underline that. Who do you know just based on who you are would be open to checking something out if you recommended it? Who in your phone, your cell phone there, based on who you are, might be open to talking with me? Great. I know that most clients I work with like to contact people. They refer me to before I do. So this is now setting up where they're going to refer you. You're not just getting a lead. You're going to have them call. They're going to email them. They're going to text them. Hey, I'm going to have Joe give you a call. And a formal introduction first before you're actually reaching out to them. Okay. Would you rather call them directly, or should I just call on your behalf? And if either way, okay, if they're going to call, you want to make sure that they already know about you. So here's some points to remember with referrals as we kind of continue to go through this. Stay tuned because later in this call, we're going to talk about overcoming stress. So not all customers are referral candidates. Find the top 30% of people about your business and ask them for referrals. Remember, every day, ask at least twice and you'll get one. But top producers ask 8, 10, 12 times every day. Provide special awards for referring. So you can make contests and different percentages of cash and prizes that you can give if somebody refers business. You should have a basic thank you letter that says thank you when somebody does refer you business. Then you want to make it really easy for people to refer you business. Like I said, it's on the back of your business card. It's on your website. There's a form that when you send them stuff, you just simply put their name and address here. I can stay on hold while you go on your phone, and I'll actually jot it down for you. So make it really easy for them to do. And all over your marketing materials, your website, everything should be talking about referrals. Update people that are giving you referrals, and if you want to get referrals, it sometimes pays great dividends to give them. So, you know, you want to practice what you preach. Excuse me. So once a client gives you a name, then you're going to ask them, do you mind giving them a call to break the ice and recommend you? Do you mind writing an email and in the email put both of our names in there, both of our email addresses, a little bit about each one of us, and recommend, hey, I know both of you, I recommend that you talk. That's like a referral. That's cool when they're actually helping you make the connection. But often people don't do that. Okay, they who do you know, and then they don't really get anybody. So think who would be good referrals, expect referrals. What I do often is I'll give an extra business card when I'm handing out business cards so they can have one for a friend. I want to get, like I said, one referral today. So if I'm giving a referral a day, it's going to help me get referrals. And when you start giving out 2 referrals for every sale you get, you'll be in the top 20% of salespeople. I love this quote, and it's a message in the Wall Street Journal, and it talks about failing, and that's what often people are concerned about with referrals, is you fail many times, although you may not remember. You fell down the first time you tried to walk. You almost drowned the first time you tried to swim, didn't you? Did you hit the ball the first time? No. Heavy hitters, the ones who hit the most home runs, also strike out a lot. T.H. Macy failed 7 times before his store in New York caught on. English novelist John Creasy caught 753 rejections before he published 564 books. Babe Ruth struck out 1,330 times, but he also hit 714 home runs. So don't worry about the chances you miss when you don't even try. Michael Jordan missed over 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and miss. I failed over and over and over again in my life. That's why I succeed. So memory joggers and lead generators. Memory joggers is like a flyer, and it's in your packet there, that gives you the milkman, the guy at the grocery store, the mailman, your mom's best friend, your best friend. It gives you all these memory joggers of people that potentially can be referred. People say they don't know anybody. You actually hold them a list of all of the different people, oh, I know a gardener, I know a doctor, I know a bartender, I know a barber. And when they look on there, they can actually, you can write it, you can ask them to fill in people that they know, and you could actually fill out people that you know, so you have a list, and then you can go to those people and say, who do you know? And this memory jogger is really good things to have. And they help you generate leads because there's so many names attached to it. So what we recommend, again, is 15, 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. That's 15 minutes every single day of motivation, inspiration, CSFs, affirmations, talking about your numbers. It's all self-talk. And 15 minutes a day on technique. So you got technique for 15 minutes a day, motivation for 15 minutes a day, and then last is self-management. And that's everything like planning, time management, etc. So if you can spend 45 minutes a day working on yourself, you're going to rock more than a person that just does it like once a week. At least 30 minutes, 15 minutes of 15 minutes of like motivation stuff, affirmations, etc., and 15 minutes of technique. So now let's talk a little bit about overcoming stress. And I'm gonna stand up for this because this topic, it just fires me up. I get very excited when I talk about overcoming stress because every person I know at times gets stressed out. And this was originally created as a module that I could do working with a big network marketing company that I was working with, and they were stressed out. Corporate was, because they had all this product and people weren't signing up for the business quick enough. And a lot of distributors were stressed out because it's like a lot of work, and when they talk about the business, people sometimes blow them off. And so I wanted to talk about stress, and it's just a huge thing of being able to overcome it. So, but the thing to understand is that stress is the body's natural response to life's everyday situations. And you're going to get stressed all the time. In this company's case, it was network marketing. But usually we have stress, and handling any event, our body's automatic nervous system gets into action, provides the energy and hormones needed for that situation. So first is, let's understand it. Let's understand the bad parts about stress, and then let's work on how to overcome it. So it's a feeling that's created when we react to a particular event. It's the body's way of rising to a challenge, preparing to meet a tough situation. It can vary from person to person. Our attitude has a part to play in it. And so we know why it's there. And overexertion, so being too tired, can cause stress. Not eating the right food can cause stress, like junk food, excessive drinking, drugs. Poor time management can be what causes stress. Negative emotions, unrealistic desires, and tenuous personal relationship are all things that can cause stress. And however, most of us thrive on stress. It keeps us engaged in the world and helps define what's important. So it's like weird people, I'm stressed out. But deep down inside, so many people that are stressed out really wouldn't have it any other way. They like being stressed out. It keeps them excited. So how do you get rid of stress? What are some techniques how to fully overcome stress? So as a leader in your business, people don't want to see you stressed out. So if you're a leader, if you're someone that leads people and you're going around, I'm just so stressed out right now. I'm just stressed out. You need to be solid. And many of you that are building businesses or doing sales, and you have the title of manager or don't have it, people need to see like confidence in you. And if you're stressed, it's very hard to be confident. So get rid of endless lists is the first one. Try to make one master list that simplifies things. They say keep it simple, stupid. Don't prioritize your schedule. Instead, schedule your priorities. So schedule your family time, your health, your fitness time, your friend time. I use the example often of the rocks, pebbles, example, sand, water. And what are your rocks of your life? See, because if you had a vat of water and just a vat, and you were going to put softball size rocks inside the container, you probably put 6, 8, 10 of them in, and it's full to the top. And a professor would say, is it really full? And yeah, it's full to the top. No. The professor that did this example took a little bucket of pebbles and carefully shook it and put pebbles in, and then it filled all the way to the top. He still had the rocks, the big rocks in the middle, and said, is it full? And one of the students said, no, it's not full. Well, okay. So he goes back to behind his desk again. He gets a bucket full of sand, very small, and he fills it again. And now it goes all the way to the top, and he goes, is it full? And there was a young lady that was really smart, and she goes, I can put water in there too. And the reason I say that is, do you put your rocks on your calendar first? Your rocks are your family time. Your rocks are your appointments. Your rocks for many of you should be your setting appointments time, your IPA. And it goes on your calendar before anything else. So if your calendar is all white, you have an appointment here, appointment here, appointment here, there's not a lot in the middle, then that's letting your schedule dictate you. And what you want to do instead is take your schedule and all the important things you put on it first, and you fill it in with the pebbles and the sand. Really important that you understand that. I actually tell people to write out what all their rocks are of their life, and that would be like a homework assignment I have for you. What are the rocks of your life? Reduce stress by needing and wanting less, so declutter. It's a big deal. Taking things off the kitchen counter, cleaning your car, cleaning your garage. But like they say that when you get rid of things, and when you don't need as many things, your stress goes way down. Take time to vision and come up with a plan. I like to spend the last 15-20 minutes of the day planning the next day. So tonight is the Warriors game. We're in the championship game versus Cleveland. And when I'm done with you guys, I'm going to spend 15 minutes getting tomorrow ready. And so I can vision out what I see to finish the week strong. I'm not putting my head on my pillow tomorrow till I have today's game plan done. That is a huge, huge, huge deal. And I'm less stressed over it. The other one is leave the past behind you because there's nothing you can do about it. So many people have a past that's not, not real good. And just let go of it because you can't take back the past. Constantly tell yourself that you have a choice. So don't be stressed over something. But you have a choice to get out of it. You do. You have a choice of how you want to handle it. Tell yourself constantly that you have a choice and that you take complete accountability for your actions. Remind yourself that you attract what you put out to the universe. So if you're going out and you're being stressed and I'm so stressed out, you're attracting more stress to you. So if you're truly a leader or salesperson that wants to rock, don't show that you're stressed. Okay. Remind yourself that what you put out there to the universe is what will come back to you. And if you say you're stressed, you simply are. Get outside. People that get up in the morning and all they do is they work all day from inside or inside, they're more stressed. So spend more time outdoors, take walks, lunches, eat outside. It's a big deal. Be confident. And so many of you guys know my sexy buffalo analogy. And I say that there's two emotions in life. One is fear, one is confidence. And you're actually extremely fearful or fearful, and you're either confident or extremely confident. And the only difference between the two is that fear is not good. Fear is kind of but confidence is attractive. Confidence is sexy. And the buffalo mentality says that when there's a buffalo and there's a storm, the buffalo is the only herd animal that goes into the storm, where all the other herd animals try to outrun the storm, and you can't outrun a storm. And that's because the buffalo have thick skins. They want to get to the greener grass on the other side of the storm, and they go for it because they have confidence. But if you were kind of like, I don't know if I want to do that, and that is fear, and fear is unattractive, and you're certainly not going to get very far. So confidence reduces stress. You could get getting the positive self-talk all the time, by the way, about all this stuff is by reading affirmations every day. And when you read affirmations every day, it naturally helps you bounce back from adversity. Having a purpose rather than being a wandering generality, slowing down or then speeding things up, and adding humor to your presentation. You should be adding humor every 7 to 10 minutes of your presentation. So by managing our own stress levels, we can enhance the quality of our own life and share our joy with peers, family, everything. So now what's interesting about these two modules is they're really good modules to review. So, we're on this call today so far for 40 minutes. And if you were to take the referrals module and just reread it again and look at the power partners, that Gary said, that you can have 10 different similar groups and they each have 10 power partners. That's a little bit overwhelming. I said to shoot for 1 new person a month, and by the end of the year, I have 12 power partners that love you to death that would be referring your business. And at the same time, if they're truly power partners, you become their power partner. You do the best you can to get back to them. And we went into actually techniques on how to ask, how to use the cell phone technique, how to get the cell phone get it out of our pockets, how to make it on our collateral pieces. So it's part of what we do. It's like, it is a big deal. I'm a referral machine, asking 2 times a day, trying to receive 1. And then we moved from referrals. And by the way, we did that, provide for your client what they really want. We actually started with that. So then we went into the referrals, and now lastly, the stress. And we gave several different situations and things you can do to alleviate stress. So as you guys know, I'm big into goal setting, and I taught on session 1 about the goal circles. and the goal circles being in one main circle of a goal you want, with the goal at the top and the why at the bottom, and then a plan. And the plan would be more or less start, stop would be the plan. And those are on the outside of the circle at 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. And you got more or less start, stop. And then you have a penalty for not hitting your goal, a reward for hitting your goal, and then accountability partners. And so I share with you that once a month you can make new goals up, and I like to work, actually I like to work in 60-day goal periods, so every other month. Some of you guys might have done one 2 months ago. We did it on the training, and now it's time to get another goal circle going. And remember that goals must be smart. So today we had a lot. We had the referrals, the stress, providing for clients things that they want. And remember, in a couple weeks, we'll come back with the conference call. You have the module to look at and refer to. It takes 21 plus or minus 2 days to form a habit. You can call our office with questions in between. If you're feeling like, oh my God, I'm not sure I want to, like, I got to put, no. I want you to say, okay, let's take a deep breath. Let's say, what I put in comes out, best content. What I deposit always comes back to you. And practice, drill, and rehearse these things on stress, how to alleviate it. Practice, drill, and rehearse the things on referrals. And then, of course, practice, drill, and rehearse to know what my client's looking for, because the best offense is a good defense. Until next training, that wraps it up for today. If anybody has any questions, you can come off mute. You can ask me questions. You can text me with questions. It's 408-888-4848.